For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. Mark 14:20. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee. Jesus will rise and go to Galilee before the disciples. Peter said to him, Even if you are made to stumble, if all are made to stumble, yet I will not be. Not me, I won't stumble. Jesus said to him, Assuredly I say to you, that today, even this night, Mark 14:30, before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. Who's Jesus? I don't know Jesus. I deny knowing Jesus. First crow and the second crow. Of the rooster. The rooster will crow twice, and Peter will disown Jesus 3 times before the cock crows twice, before the rooster crows. But he spoke more vehemently, strongly, If I have to die with you, I will not deny you. Jesus and Peter died together, but Peter will never deny him. I don't know Jesus. Peter denying Jesus. Never will that happen. And they all said likewise. Us too, disciples, will never deny Jesus. Then they came to a place named Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, Mark 14:32, Sit here while I pray. And he took Peter, James, John, and John with him, and he began to be troubled and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch. Peter, James, and John. He went a little further and fell on the ground and prayed that if it was possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Might this hour pass? Father, all things are possible for you. Take the cup away from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will. Mark 14:37. Then he came and found them sleeping and said to Peter, Simon, are you sleeping? Could you not watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Watch and pray so you don't go into temptation. The outside is weak, but the inside is willing. Again he went away and prayed and spoke the same words. Father, if it's your will, take this cup from me. And when he returned, he found them asleep again. For their eyes were heavy, and they did not know how to answer him. They didn't know how to answer him. Then he came the 3rd time and said to them, Are you still sleeping? It's enough, the hour has come. Behold, the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. My betrayer is at hand. I've been betrayed into the hands of sinners. Let's go. The betrayer is at hand. He's here. Then he came and found them sleeping. Said to Peter, Simon, are you sleeping? Couldn't you watch 1 hour? Watch and pray lest you enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again you're asleep. Enough, rise, let us be going. The betrayer is at hand. Here come the chief priests, scribes, and elders. Just as he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the laws, and the elders. Crowd with swords and clubs from the chief priests, teachers, and of the law, and elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. Whoever I kiss, he is the one. Seize him and lead him away quietly. Judas kiss. Rabbi, Rabbi, kiss. Then they laid hands on him and took him. And one of those who stood by drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. Then Jesus answered and said to them, Am I leading a rebellion? Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs to take me? Am I leading a rebellion? I was daily with you in the temple, and you did not seize me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled. Then they all forsook him and fled. Let's get out of here. By Jesus. Then everyone left him. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus when they seized him. He fled naked, leaving his garment behind. I have to get out of here. They took Jesus to the high priest, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the teachers of the law came together. Jesus to the high priest, chief priests, elders, teachers of the law came together. Peter followed him at a distance. Courtyard of the high priest. Courtyard area is surrounded by a building. Courtyard of the high priest. Peter followed at a distance. There he sat with the guards and warmed himself at the fire. Courtyard of the high priest. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for evidence against Jesus so they could put him to death, but they did not find any. Where's the evidence? There is none. The chief priests and Sanhedrin said. Many testified falsely against him, but their statements did not agree. Jesus did this. No, Jesus did that. Their statements did not agree. Then some stood up and gave false testimony against him. We heard him say, I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days will build another, not made with hands. I will destroy the temple made with human hands, and in 3 days will build another not made with hands. Yet even their testimonies did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before him and asked Jesus, Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony that these men are bringing against you? Testimony against you. What is this? But Jesus remained silent and gave no answer. Again the high priest asked him, Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One? I am, said Jesus. And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. I am the Messiah, and you will see Jesus at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. The high priest tore his clothes. You heard his blasphemy. What do you think? They all condemned him as worthy of death. Death. Then some began to spit on him. Spit. They blindfolded him and struck him. Can't see. They blindfolded him and hit him. Now, as Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came, and when she saw Peter warming himself, she looked at him and said, You also were with Jesus of Nazareth. The servant girl of the high priest saw Peter. Hey. But he denied it, saying, I neither know nor understand what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. And he went out on the porch, and a rooster crowed. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Kikiriki. And the servant girl saw him again and began to say to those who stood by, This is one of them. But he denied it again. Hey, that's him, one of them. And a few minutes later, surely you are one of them. A few minutes later, those who stood by said to Peter again, Surely you are one of them. Surely you're one of them. For you are a Galilean, and your speech shows it, Galilean accent. Then he began to curse and swear, I do not know this man of whom you speak. I don't know Jesus. Bad words. A second time the rooster crowed. Kikiriki, cock-a-doodle-doo. Rooster crowed second time. Then Peter called to mind the words that Jesus said to him, Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. You will deny me, said Jesus, Peter cries. And when he thought about it, he wept.